Ben Simmons got booed. And I was thinking, is there a game in history or upcoming that you would love to be at to boo a player? Parlay Kid, let's start with you. Was there a game you enjoyed booing a player? Would you have wanted to be at?
So I'm not a really a booer. But if there was any
bullshit.
No, I don't really boo player. I don't really. Do I boo? You've been to games
I don't
with me.
know. You
I'm
don't
not
have to
sure.
say boo. I'm telling you, could say scream. I mean, your move is to make fun of everyone's mother, I think. So if you taunting, I should say. I say booing,
so
whatever.
basically, you're basically saying is there a least favorite player I have?
Yeah, you
that
suck,
I would like
or
to
someone who
taunt
deserve.
You suck. I honestly, right now, I do hate Harden. I hate Harden. I really do. I don't like what he did. I just don't, like you're saying, he's out. He's a guy, probably because of our pal. I hate LaMelo Ball. Can't stand him. I'd probably boo him.
That's not true.
You
don't hate
Sal's
LaMelo
taking a
Ball.
picture with him. His
I
family.
do. I can't stand him. I can't. I root so hardly against him.
I mean, in any sport, it could be any sport.
I know.
But all right.
I
How
don't
about this
know.
one?
Who-
How about,
I'm probably missing a million guys. I just didn't have a chance to really think
All right.
about it. So nothing is.
That's all right.
But there's got to be other players.
Mhm.
Darren, I don't.
Eli Manning, if he was playing, I'd love a chance to heckle
Yeah.
him.
Right.
Eli would be on the list.
You want it to maybe be in a small arena so that there's a chance they could hear you, right? Like in a high school gym or something. But go ahead, Harry, you have an answer for this?
I definitely heckle refs sometimes from the stands, and
Yeah.
much easier to do that than from coaching, as they know it's coming from. But from the
Yeah,
stands,
that's
you
hard to throw
you
your
know,
Darren,
voice
I
from the
think-
sideline.
I don't know if you saw Darren. By the way, Jack Eichel got booed big time in his return to Buffalo.
Man, he
other night,
wasn't
but
happy about it
wasn't
either.
happy,
I
right?
guess.
But,
I
Seemed
saw
but
like-
I'm going to go back
Yeah.
into the 80s. I'm going to go back in the 80s. I went to plenty of Syracuse games, but I Syracuse basketball, never went to see Syracuse versus Georgetown. Mid 80s, Big East Conference was when it was spectacular. Pearl
best.
Washington, favorite player of all time. Carry your own 30,000 crazy fans, and everybody hated the Hoyas. Everybody hated John Thompson and Patrick Ewing. I would have loved to have booed Ewing.
Well, I mean, Patrick Ewing, there's so many flawed athletes and coaches. Why are you picking a Patrick Ewing?
Because,
It's like,
look, he was dominating college hoops in the mid 80s.
I'm
Everyone
tell- you
was
guys go
against
after someone
Georgetown.
who's-
Georgetown was like everyone wanted to
Alright.
hate Georgetown because of how good they
let
were.
me show you how it's done. Chase Utley is my answer. First of all, Mr. T is my answer, and I got to do that at WrestleMania 2 at Nassau Coliseum.
Chase
That's what I was
Utley,
wearing.
huh?
I was wearing a
Chase
kilt.
Utley.
but
Then Mike Piazza. Yeah, Mike Piazza.
What do you
Terrible
care?
person.
Why? You got a bat thrown at him? Chase Utley ruined Ruben Tejada's career. He broke his leg in that playoff series that the Mets eventually won.
Clean,
in
totally
game
clean.
2. Oh, stop it. And he was ruled safe too, which is nonsensical. And I would have
Totally
liked to have been
clean.
there at game 3 in Flushing to boo Chase Utley, whether he heard me or not. That's how you do it, Harry. Chase Utley and Mr. T, who, like I said, I was able to actually boo at WrestleMania 2. Go ahead. Just listen to this. This is the introductions, game 3. Look at that. Look how great that is. Win for Ruben. Son of a bitch. Look at that. No remorse in his face either. All right, that's enough. Those are the days.
Guys walking out with a cane, please. I mean,
What are you supposed to do with a broken leg? You want me to do
Come
somersaults?
please. Clean, totally clean play. Good, hard 1970s baseball play.
Oh, yeah, right.
Hal McRae would have loved that.
Brother Bry, go ahead. What do
Man,
you
we
like?
might have to rank these because I wasn't really thinking like there's probably so many, and like you said, even
Oh,
with,
yeah.
with the wrestling, there's so many fictitious. I mean, I mean, the one I would say is just growing up is like as a Knicks fan. I mean, Reggie Miller, right, is the first one that you'd
that's
be
a good
like,
one. Yeah.
he's the first one who you really hate. I'm trying to even think on those other Knicks teams. I mean, obviously you hated anybody who was playing for the Heat, right? You hated. There was
Mourning.
that stretch
Yep.
with Mourning and Hardaway where you just hated
Mhm.
those guys. But Reggie Miller really just got under everybody's skin. Although he's one of those guys, like I don't mind him now at all. Like if I had listened to him on the games, I kind of enjoy him sometimes. But back then, that would have been.
But if you
would've
boo
been
him, that
fun.
just gets him. That makes him stronger.
That
Ask
was
Spike
fun.
Lee where the taunting
Right,
got
that's fun.
Reggie Miller.
Although, yeah, I mean, now
This
kind
is
of
true.
Harden is the one now that, yeah. I mean, it's funny how, you go from hating Simmons or Kyrie was like my least favorite. Now all of a sudden it's like I'm rooting for Kyrie against Harden. It's like a real real weird
Yeah.
dynamic. Although now I think it would probably be fun to root against Westbrook after he's complaining about.
I think you got to go
Westbrook
back
stuff.
because as people, celebrate with oversized candles 20 minutes after in a big nightclub in Philadelphia, it shows you that the booing doesn't really affect these players as much. Maybe it never did, but in my mind,
Right.
it worked more 20 years ago than it does now. Wow, everyone wants to weigh in on this. Babyface, go ahead. Who would you want to boo?
Well, I mean, O.J. Simpson stands out, but for me,
Why? What did he do?
Uh,
What did that guy do to you?
it would be Paul Konerko for me. Around the year 2001, when he was with the White Sox, I was dating a girl. Let's just call her Nell, and she worked at Brother Jimmy's. And turns out the White Sox came in one night, and Paul Konerko hooked up with my girlfriend, and she was no longer my girlfriend. So I've never told this story.
Wow.
I would love to.
I didn't know that.
I would love to boo the shit out of Paul Konerko. Thanks a lot.
I had
Thanks
no
a lot for
idea.
ruining my relationship, pal.
I definitely,
wow.
I definitely used to have like a Paul Konerko rookie card.
Was that
Oh, well,
sure.
now it's worth
Joe?
a
Was
lot now.
that you said Nell? Her name was Nell.
Well,
It seemed like he was making that
She's
up.
listening.
Yeah.
Nell Carter.
Oh my God!
If Neil
Come on,
Silverblad is listening to the pod, and I'm sure he is, he'll vouch for me. And F you, Paul Konerko.
All right,
Wow.
good. There you go. There's your chance. You got to boo Paul Konerko. I hope he's listening. Well, Spaghetti, you want to answer too? Go ahead. Who would you want to boo the most?
I think me and Meeple share Sidney Crosby. That's an easy one. I think also for me personally would be Jose
True.
Altuve. I'd like to. I scream a lot more than just boo at him.
That's true. That's a good
Yeah.
one, Ed. Yeah.
How are you going to
Altuve.
be able to boo him when he's choking you out and you have no
No,
breath?
I'm running
in
on the
you?
field with I don't even. I was gonna say with a bat. I don't even want the bat. I'd give him the bat. I just need my
Wow.
hands. Yeah.
Wow, I love the Sidney Crosby.
John Tavares too, as an Islanders fan, you could put Tavares in there. He gets killed every time he comes back to the
Interesting.
island. So